Welcome to Oddball. I'm Charlotte Wilder. That's Amin Elhassan. Amin, how you doing?
I'm well. That's how fancy people answer that. They say, they don't say, I'm doing good. They say, I'm well.
Yeah, you know, the obnoxious grammatical moment. I'm well.
Obnoxious?
I mean...
don't know about all that.
Oh, I don't mean you. I mean, you know, like when you're like, it's actually well because it's an adverb. Wait, is it? Yeah, an adverb.
I am well.
I'm doing well. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, some teams are not doing well. And we have to talk about the teams that are well and the teams that are unwell. So this segment is for them. But we're ranking them based on panic. What?
I said, well.
Oh. Yeah, we're ranking these based on panic because some teams might be at our pets' heads are falling off, which is the top of our panic meter. In the middle, which is from Dumb and Dumber, in the middle we have Chief Brody from Jaws saying you're going to need a bigger boat. And then the chillest you can be is just two leads in a Hallmark movie. I recently watched my first Christmas Hallmark movie. I mean, wild stuff.
Unfortunately, I've had to do that for Cinephobe, which is the podcast Zach Harper and I do, where we review movies that are probably rated on Rotten Tomatoes and try to ascertain whether they're accurately rated or not. Cinephobe, wherever you get podcasts, produced by Anthony Mace. This panic meter, get the hell out of here. This is the heat meter. This is exactly the heat meter. All we did was just
repurpose it.
Yeah, all we did was change the faces over here.
Yeah.
We're so cheap.
Okay. So the Nuggets have had a weird few days. They lost to the Wizards on Saturday night, 122-113, despite Nikola Jokić having a career high of 56 points. It was also a career high in field goal attempts with 38. They lost to the Wizards and Jokić did everything himself. I mean, this is highest panic possible.
This not only is it highest panic possible, but it's also, hey, by the way, you lost to the Wizards. Guess what? Congratulations. You're now the worst team in the NBA. Because we've established if you lose to the Wizards, Atlanta Hawks, and now Denver Nuggets, you're automatically garbage. Don't care. You could, again, I said this about Atlanta the other day. I'll say it about the Denver Nuggets. They could literally go undefeated for the rest of the season and sweep the playoffs 4-4-4-4. Win their second championship in 3 years, garbage. You lost to them.
Even if they win a championship?
Especially if they win the championship.
Wow. All right. Well, the next game, Jokić dropped 48 points in a blowout win against Atlanta. So the Hawks, who also lost to the transitive properties here. Every team in the East and now the West is the worst team in the league because they're dealing with all of this. After the Wizards game, though, Jokić said this. He said, after this kind of stretch, you're going to get a paycheck that is a bit less than usual. So maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe a little motivation. That way he was talking about what they do in Serbia. He said, where I'm from. So I think, he smiled a little bit as he said it, but every joke has a kernel of truth. And I think that there was a lot of truth in that joke.
You should not be allowed to shower after losing to the Wizards. Remember what Michael Malone was saying? You don't flush that. You just let it sit there. Literally, they should not be allowed to flush anything. They should have had to, like, everyone's toilet, and if they're in a hotel room, everyone's room, the toilet unflushed. If they're home or at the arena or whatever, definitely nothing. I don't care. Look, he's talking about in Serbia, the checks get light when you lose a bad one. They also sometimes just don't give you a check. There are many a guy has to go to arbitration to get his money from a team that refused to pay him.
Really?
That's a thing in Europe, in some European leagues more than others. But
so let me ask you: do you think, Amin, that do you think he was serious in this moment? Like, do you think Jokić was like, is this not a breaking point, but has he hit a wall at this moment?
He's every bit as serious as I am when I say the Nuggets are the worst team in the NBA because they lost to the Wizards. And I don't care if they win a championship, they're still garbage. The same level of seriousness. And by the way, he should be. He should be that serious and that upset. You know why? Because he lost to the Wizards.
Yeah, it's clear that the Nuggets need some help. They need a trade, but they're already in the second apron, so their options are limited here. And the second apron is, of course, the salary cap threshold that imposes those stricter financial penalties on teams that exceed it. They can't trade two players for one player, basically. It's kind of a bummer because you want the Nuggets to be good, but this is their bed that they made.
No, yeah. This is the second apron was designed for the league to basically pantomime this conversation. Are you sure you want to pay that much for them? And your answer to be, yes, because this is the team that's going to win me a championship. And then you start the season and you realize, oh, crap, we're not as good as I thought we were going to be. Hey, I'll take it out. I'd like to change my order. Too late. Locked in. You ordered the pie. We told you there was in it. You were like, it sounds very exotic. And now you have like, oh, it tastes like Yeah, no Like more.
All right. Well, we got to move on to the Timberwolves in the West in terms of the panic meter here. They just went 1-1 against the Warriors over the weekend. So they are now 12-11 and 9th in the West. Rudy Gobert seems to think that they've turned a corner, Amin. In a recent article by John, help me out with this last name.
Krasinski. I always joke like, oh man, I love A Quiet Place. Every time I see him, he's not that John Krasinski, but it's pronounced the same way.
It's an amazing spelling. I love it. According to John Krasinski, Gobert said, I think I like where we're at, not in terms of the standings, but more in terms of the things we've been through as a team and our awareness right now. With that mindset, I think good things will happen. We might remember that the Wolves, Anthony Edwards, had sort of a come to Jesus talk to reporters being like, we suck. Do you want to know why we suck? I'll tell you why we suck. Yeah. So, I mean, where are they on the panic meter?
Well, after he had that little speech, they won 4 in a row. And then they just lost this one last night to Golden State. So I would say we are, you're going to need a bigger boat because ultimately it's not a championship caliber team. But I think we all knew that when they did a deal that was clearly for financial reasons and not to make their basketball team better. So to me, like this is okay. It looked really bad there a second ago, but our best player called us out and we responded. And not only just responded by winning games, but also by returning to the defensive excellence that kind of spearheaded their season last year.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. That's we're going to need a bigger boat. They might need a bigger boat. They might need different people, but they are stuck with what they got. And they did this to themselves, which will also be the name of my memoir. I did this to myself. Okay, let's check in on the Warriors. The Warriors beat the Timberwolves 114-106 yesterday. As we said, they split the games over the weekend. This is 2 days after the Timberwolves beat them 107-90. Both of these games were in Golden State, and the Warriors are 4-6 in their last 10 games, currently 14-9, 5th in the West. Where this panic meter is a little interesting to me because I feel like the Warriors, any given day, you could just sort of slide it up or down and it would kind of fit.
I'm going to slide it all the way up. Our pets' heads are falling off. Look, that win, and they won against Houston the other night. Like it's kind of broken up what has been a very, very tumultuous couple weeks for them of not playing well, of losing DeAnthony Melton for the season due to a torn ACL, which, by the way, I think is huge, and nobody really talked about it because they act like he's just some guy, but he was really good for them. You had Draymond Green and Steph Curry both missing games due to injury, and then now Draymond Green coming back, and now he comes off the bench. They don't seem to know what they want to do or who they want to be. The things that we know that they're excellent defensively, and that's good. And we also know that they go through these droughts, these offensive droughts against Minnesota on Friday, or whatever it was, the early one, the one that they lost. They went through all these droughts during the game. And so they have problems scoring buckets, and they've got to figure it out. Now, they think the answer is Jonathan Kuminga. That's why he moved into the starting lineup. They want to get him more minutes with Steph Curry, so to get him going, because they think he's the key. But dare I ask, if Jonathan Kuminga is the key for your season, isn't that the ultimate our pets' heads are falling off moment?
Oh man, you make it look. Although Buddy Hield he's been playing well, and he and Steph combined for 57. At least Steph didn't have to do 56 on his own.
Yeah, and at least they didn't lose to the Wizards. The Wizards, Denver. Honestly, really?
It's a dark day. It's a dark day in the Mile High City. I mean, the most algorithm-friendly moment of these games was, of course, Draymond calling for an ISO of Rudy Gobert, leading him, which led to a Draymond dunk. And then Draymond hit the night-night harder than I've ever hit anyone hit the night-night, including Steph Curry, who is known for the night-night. It feels like in Rudy Gobert, Draymond has found the one person that nobody really takes an issue with. You know, he kicks guys in the nuts, and people are like, oh, you shouldn't do that. And then he chokes Rudy Gobert out, and they're like, it's too bad that we had to suspend you for that because it's Rudy.
First of all, you can't go to sleep after if you hit the night-night that hard. The adrenaline rush is just too intense. The look on his face, by the way, is tremendous. Izzy Gutierrez asked me an excellent question earlier today. What do you think Draymond got more satisfaction out of? Dunking on Rudy Gobert and hitting the night-night? Wow, why did I turn into a Southern person right there? The not. Dunking on Rudy Gobert and hit the night-night, or choking him out?
I think like his id got more, it was more satisfying for his id to choke Rudy Gobert out. It was the thing that you're not supposed to do that you can't do, and he just let it happen. His ego, though, definitely the dunk in the night-night, because then he didn't get in trouble. So I don't know. I think it's even, Amin. What did you say?
Well, Sigmund Freud, I said that it's choking Rudy Gobert out, because at least the dunking on him happens within the purview of like, this is what's supposed to happen in a basketball game. Like, it's like, oh, one day, man, if I get him on the ice, so I'm going to dunk on him. That's something you can say and actually go out and try to do, right? But saying, man, I wish I could just choke him. There's all sorts of voices in your head. They're like, but you know you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. That would be inappropriate. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But then you actually get to do it. Like, I don't care how many games I got suspended for. Like that's like forevermore. That dude, when he sees me, he knows, I'm the guy that choked you out in the middle of a game. Or not in the middle of a game, at the beginning of a game.
Sorry,
it was like 30 seconds into the game.
I think it was 1 minute and 46 seconds in. I'm not sure why I remember that. And if that's wrong, that's a really weird thing to get wrong.
That's a great memory. That's why.
Well, we'll see. We'll Google it after this. Let's talk about the Orlando Magic, Amin, because they got some terrible news right as Paolo Banchero was gearing up for a return. He was expected back around Christmas after dealing with a torn oblique. Franz Wagner went down with a torn oblique. Yeah. The Magic ended up beating the Suns anyway, 115-110 without Franz or Paolo. I don't even... How do both guys tear their obliques? Like, I'd be like, training staff, what's going on?
Training staff was like, oh, bleep, when they found out. Things are looking a little bleak for the Orlando Magic. But they won because Goga Bertadze, I like saying his name like that, 21 points and 16 rebounds? 16 rebounds.
I mean, pretty good showing. So where are they on the panic meter?
I'm going to put them... win notwithstanding, I'm going to put them right where we need a bigger boat, because Paolo's only a couple weeks away. And so you only have to survive the next couple of weeks without either of them. The injury, while it sucks, we know he's going to be back. The injury is worse for than anybody else, not even Orlando Magic. They'll be fine by the end of the year because both those guys are going to be healthy or whatever. I think Franz Wagner had a real chance to be an all-star this year.
Yeah.
And now he's going to miss like a month and a half. And that's basically takes him right up to where the coaches make their selections for all-star reserves. I don't think he's going to be a starter. And so it stinks. It stinks because he was absolutely playing at an all-star level. He was having the best year of his career. And especially given what they were doing while Paolo was hurt and they kept winning. Like, this was going to be his moment. And now he's going to come back early enough to know that there's an all-star game happening, but too late to qualify for it.
I know. It's such a bummer. I was really sad when I saw this one. Let's talk about the Kings for a second, Amin.
Kings.
The Kings sit at 12-13, 12th place in the West, which would probably put them at second in the East. But anyway, they have won 2 games in a row, including a 141-97 win over the Jazz on Sunday night. Excuse me. After the game, Coach Mike Brown repeated some words Just play this.
Play the clip.
Just need to be methodical by stacking or playing the right way, possession after 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 possession, after possession, after possession, after possession, after possession. You guys got what I'm saying, right?
I would have raised my hand and be like, I didn't quite get that.
Yeah, sorry. Can you say it again?
Say that again. Can you repeat that?
Let me hear that again.
I'm not writing. My pen wasn't working. Can you read that? He said it 26 times, Charlotte. He said it.
He also, I just want to say his breath work was amazing in that. Did you hear it? Really amazing breathing. He didn't fumble his words once.
He delivered it so crisp that when I played that video here in Miami in the studio, kind of like in the break, someone thought like it was just like they clipped it, cut it, and pasted it over and over again. I said, no. It looks
like he's just stuck.
Well, it sounds like he's stuck. When you see the video, you realize, no, he's actually doing this live. But when you hear it, it sounds like a CD that got scratched, right? Remember that, kids? Like there's this thing called a CD that we used to listen to music. And if there was a scratch on it, when you hit play, it would, they would never move forward. You have to get the CD on and like buff it out and then put it back in and hope it worked. Where do they panic? Where are they in the panic? In the panic meter.
I mean, I would put him after Mike Brown's press conference. I would put him all the way at the top because I'm worried about that guy. Is he okay? That was a wild press conference. Press conference aside, I don't know, bigger boat maybe. I don't know.
It's not look. I know what he's. I did the same damn speech to my child who plays varsity basketball, and I'm like, you guys, possession after possession. I did it. Not 26 times, but damn near. And definitely I did not do it with the same delivery. Chris, man, he sounded like a recording at some point. No, it's absolutely put up, heads falling off. Heads falling off because they play in the Western Conference, Charlotte. You can't dick around in the West. You can do that out East. Orlando can literally not have its two best players, and they're still going to be in the running for a top 3 seed.
Real quick, I mean, let's do a panic meter on the Wizards.
Why?
They don't even really deserve one. They don't really deserve a panic meter. Just leave them off. Don't even put the logo up there.
They don't even get the logo. That's right.
They don't get a logo. All right, when we come back,
we're not talking
more
about the
fun.
Pool. No. Let's talk about the Poole celebration.
Oh, all right.
Look, this is the only time we can see something positive. I just framed them beating a team as making that team the worst team in the NBA.
Right, which is why we don't need a panic meter, but we should talk about Jordan Poole's attempt to give. What even is this?
This is a new celebration. It said it's drowning in the pool. Yeah,
he's just holding his nose and he's doing the dance.
Listen to him describe it.
As for the celly, been waiting to do that one for a while. It was just a little drowning in the pool action. You can call it what you want, but something like that. Did you like it? Yeah, I thought it was short.
You see why now? You see why I said you're the worst team in the world right now, Denver Nuggets. I was the NBA. I expanded it to the world. I've been waiting to do that for a while. You know why he's been waiting for a while, Denver? Because they lose every game. That's why. That's who you lost to. Someone who had that planned probably in late October.
All right, we'll be back with more Oddball in a moment.
You're garbage, Denver.
Welcome back to Oddball. All right, Amin, it is time for an NBA Cup check-in. It's also going to be time for Hot Streak because Hot Streak is presented by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours. So last week.
Streak of 1, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, we did it.
There
We
it
have
is.
a streak
Okay.
of one.
Your
We picked
pause
the
there
Thunder.
really threw me off. I was like, did I get that wrong? Did we lose it?
I had to think about it for a second because I was so stunned that we actually got a bet right.
Yeah.
We picked the Thunder to beat the Jazz by 15 or more. The Thunder covered with a 133-106 win.
Damn right they
We
did.
are going to stay hot. So here are some games we can choose from. I mean, Bucks, Magic. Bucks are -9 against Magic. That has to be because of Franz's injury, right?
It is, but man, I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. I don't trust
The
them
Bucks?
one bit. No, I don't trust the Bucks. 9?
Well-
I trust them to win, maybe, but 9 seems like a lot. I don't know.
I know. Well, Giannis is averaging a career high in scoring, so maybe he can pull a Jokic and go off by himself. He's averaging 32.5 points a game.
We don't want to pull a Jokic. You know what pulling a Jokic means? It means you lose to the damn Wizards. I can't believe it.
No, that's pulling a nugget.
It.
A Jokic is different from pulling a Nuggets because Jokic put the whole team on his back.
Yeah, and lost. Should have got a
All
pay
right. Well,
cut.
the Magic are 1-0 without Franz or Paolo, so maybe there is a good chance. We could take that. I mean, we could also take the Thunder -5 against the Mavs. The Mavs have won 7 in a row, and 11 of their last 12. The Thunder and Dallas are 1-2 in net rating over that stretch, and the Mavs beat the Thunder 121-119 in OKC on November 17th, which is one of only 2 losses at home for the Thunder this season.
Okay, so this is where I've struggled with this one because OKC's weakness right now when they're not fully healthy is size up front. They don't have a whole lot of size up front. Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, hasn't played a game. Chet Holmgren is still out with that hip injury. So it's basically Isaiah Hartenstein, and that's it. So that's what, and at the same time, you're playing against a Dallas team that really thrives on beating up smaller teams. They crash the boards hard, and they've got 2 great lob threats in Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. On the other hand, you're asking me to trust the Bucks. So we can bet on. Okay, here we go. Any one of these options. It's not just the not the overdog.
We could take the Magic's +9 against the Bucks if that would make you feel better.
That would make me feel better. Magic +9 versus the Bucks. That's because I think the Mavs are gonna beat. Well, Mavs +5.
I know Mavs +5. I mean, I'm sort of into.
I just don't trust the Bucks. It's like Mavs Thunder can go anyway, but I know that the Bucks are not going to be competent to the tune of 9 points more than the Orlando Magic. Magic +9.
Yeah, that line is crazy. Let's do Magic +9. NBA Cup action is tomorrow night. I mean, so let's take another look at our bracket.
Bracket me up.
We have different brackets here.
Yeah, why is that 2 pictures of Charlotte?
I don't know.
Charlotte versus Charlotte. I guess so. Okay. Or is
I don't think I.
Oh no! Oh, that's your bracket. Got you. I got it because we filled out brackets. Remember?
Okay.
We did it so far ago that I forgot that. Oh yeah, we just filled out. Hey, do you want to adjust yours in any way?
What is mine? Let's see.
You got the Bucks winning it all.
Knicks. Wow. No, I don't have the Bucks winning the cup. I have the Knicks winning the cup.
Nope. Says there you got the Bucks winning the cup. Sorry. You have the Bucks and the Thunder playing in the
final. Did I choose
final.
the Bucks?
I guess
thought
you
I chose
did.
the Knicks.
Nope, you didn't.
All right, let's go to your bracket because I have to go back and look at my notes.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, look, I checked it again today. Hawks plus 2,500 now to win it all. Incredible odds, Charlotte. Incredible odds. I'm so excited to plunk down money on this. I really feel in my heart of hearts. Look, you know how you love those long shot type of deals. You're all like, I don't want this. What could be more long shot than this?
I know, and it would be so fitting with the Hawks, who, if the Wizards are by transitive property, just make any team the worst team, the Hawks make any team the most confusing team because the Hawks are the most confusing team. They do things like they beat the Cavs twice and the Celtics, and then they lose to the Wizards. So I guess they're also the best. The worst team in the NBA?
Yes, they are also the worst team. In fact, I take it back, Denver. You're not the worst. You're the second to worst team. The worst team in the NBA is the Hawks because they lost to the Wizards twice. But they also, to be fair, you know what? I take it back. Denver's the worst team because at least when the Hawks lost to the Wizards twice, it was early enough in the season where most people didn't know any better. I knew.
That's true.
I knew that was
of course
awful.
You knew.
Nobody else knew. Then November happened, and they didn't win a single game. Then most of December happened, and they didn't win a single game until fucking Denver. Denver, are you kidding me?
All right, that's it for Oddball, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.